Hello, good afternoon. We are now discussing about chapter 3, methodology, but we are done last lecture about the method of research, research design, population, sample size, and sampling technique, description of respondents. Now we are going to discuss about the research instrument. So this instrument is for the qualitative method of research. Instrumentation is the process of constructing research instruments that could be used appropriately in gathering data on the study. The questionnaire, interview, and observation are the most commonly used tools in gathering data. In interview, are these are conversations that are designed to obtain specific kinds of information. The skill of the interviewer is necessary to enable the interviewee to express his or her thoughts clearly. Life histories are also needed in this area. These are narrative self-disclosures about the individual's life experiences. The interviewer must guide the respondents to narrate the accounts in sequence. Data obtained from an interview may be recorded on audio tapes or videotapes with the permission of the respondent. This is because some researchers believe that recording responses by hand jeopardizes rapport, reduces the amount of eye contact, and may disrupt the pace and flow of the interview. There are 7 interview methods in research. 1. Focus group. One popular research interview method is conducting a focus group interview, which involves a group of individuals interviewed at the same time. Focus group moderators as usually rather encourage participants to interact with one another, and they observe the group to gain insights into real attitude and perspective. 2. Structured interview. Structured interviews are another option. Typically, structured interviews comprise closed-ended questions, which are questions that respondents can answer with yes or no. The interviewer usually asks the exact same questions in the same order to each interviewee. Often, researchers can complete structured interviews quickly as they follow a standard format that they can easily replicate. 3. Unstructured interview. Unstructured interview, also called an informal interview, is the opposite of a structured interview. In unstructured interviews, the interviewer doesn't ask a standardized question of each interviewee. Instead, unstructured interviews rely on open-ended questions, which are questions that encourage a longer answer than a simple yes or no. In unstructured interviews, the interviewer can also ask follow-up questions and allow interviewees to expand on their answers. Therefore, an unstructured interview is more similar to an authentic conversation. 4. Semi-structured interview. You can also use a semi-structured interview method, which combines pieces of both structured and unstructured interviews. Although interviewers might follow a general plan and set of questions, they often have the flexibility to make changes. This can allow interviewers can or to be rather this can all allow interviewers to be creative in order to get the data that they need for their research. 5 is personal interview. A personal interview takes place in person as a one-on-one interaction between an interviewer and an interviewee. Personal interviews are ideal If you want to speak directly to an individual and cater your questions to them, you can also ask follow-up questions to gain additional insights. Usually, personal interviews have higher response rates than other interview options, making them ideal if you need to gather a significant amount of accurate data. Six is phone interview. You can also conduct interviews over the phone. Phone interviews can be an easy way to gather responses. This interview method is also relatively inexpensive, making it ideal if you want to collect data quickly without expending too many resources. 7. Online interview. Online interviews are another research interview option. Online interviews can involve survey or video chat applications. In this method, interviewers and interviewees don't have to be in the same location at the same time. This can allow you to collect data quickly from a large group of subjects. Qualitative researchers extol the virtues of observations regarding rich descriptions of research phenomena, reinforced with interviews. Observations require prolonged engagement and persistent observations in the field. According to Lincoln and Guba, year 1985, together with the ability of the researcher, example, investigation validity. According to Kale 1995, which is often filtered by the bias and the lens through what is familiar or known. According to Werner and Scofield 1987, there are three observational procedures for seeing as follows. A. Descriptive observation, involving the observation of everything, wherein the researcher assumes a novice attitude by assuming no knowledge and taking nothing for granted. B. Focused observation, wherein certain entities are deemed irrelevant and thus can be ignored, and the researcher typically concentrates on well-defined observable entities. And C. Selective observation, wherein the researcher concentrates on specific form of general entities. Of these three observational procedures, it was only by making descriptive observations that created heightened awareness in the field. For the questionnaire is a set orderly arranged questions carefully prepared to answer the specific problems of the study. Webster Dictionary defines the word questionnaire as a list of questions to be answered by a group of people specially designed to get facts or information. It is a list of written questions related to a particular topic provided with space for residents to fill up by Good 1959. Two types of questions that could be used in the preparation of questionnaire, namely open-ended question. The questions are listed in the way that it allows the respondents to freely express himself or herself on the subject or issue. It does not enumerate alternative responses. Example, how are you affected by the change of leadership in your organization? What do you suggest to improve the management of your organization? Another one is fixed alternative question. This is otherwise called the closed type of question, which provides a list of choices among enumerated alternatives. Hence, the subject responses are limited to specific alternative. Example, what is the status of the local programs and projects initiated by municipal city government units towards attainment of MDG V5 or improved maternal health? You answer very much initiated for 5 score, 4 much initiated, 3 moderately initiated, slightly initiated, 1 at all. This example is more applicable in quantitative quantitative method because of the number for Likert scale. Another example is the items below are solutions adapted to the problems encountered by the government officials that affect their governance. Rank each item from 1 to 8, 1 as the most effective solution and 8 as the least solution. A. Performance measure and managing for result, combating corruption and promoting new work culture, encouraging partnership, cooperation, collaboration for good governance, establish feedback mechanism, providing policy and institutional support, improving and strengthening public confidence in government system and justice, G. Disclosure of public information, H. Using information technology and clear and simplified online transactions. So what you are going to do is to rank it again from 1 to 8. It will be better for the quantitative again. For recognition type, the possible responses are given and respondent selects his answer. There are 3 types: dichotomous, multiple choice, and multiple response. Dichotomous, there are only 2 options and only one is selected. Example, are you married? Yes or no. Multiple choice, only one answer is chosen from those given as options. Example, what is your highest educational attainment? Please put a check mark before your reply. Elementary grade, high school grade, college grade. Okay, so what you are going to do is just put check or mark check. Number 3 is the multiple response. 2 or more options may be chosen. Example, why do you use toothpaste in brushing your teeth? Place check marks before your choice. So you can choose 2 or 3 or more. It prevents tooth decay. It freshens breath. It is soothing to the mouth. It is cheap. It is important. Okay? So thank you for today. So those are for instrumentation or the tool for your data gathering. Thank you for today and be prepared for our next lecture. Bye bye.